In a moment, I'm going to show you on the video screen behind me the Spectrograph printout of the three tenors singing the last phrases from the aria Nessun Dorma. We learn a lot by watching a spectrograph as they sing about what our ear finds to be particularly beautiful about their singing. This is the spectrograph of a still of the note just before the first tenor starts singing. You'll see his voice start to appear, starting from right to left. You'll notice that he'll use a very exciting set of overtones right up in the upper part of this screen. The pitch that he's singing is actually this lower wiggly line that you'll see coming across the screen. But his voice sets up the clapping of his vocal folds set up a whole series of overtones, which you will have seen in the vocal fold video clip. And that set of overtones includes things above this yellow line. The yellow line is about 2200 hertz. That's just about the top of the piano keyboard. 2200 cycles per second, vibrations per second. The red line up here is actually 4000 cycles per second, and that makes it really about a foot and a half above the piano keyboard. So these are very high frequencies that we find particularly exciting to our ears. The reason they're exciting is because our ear tract is just exactly the right length to amplify those particularly high set of frequencies, so it's particularly exciting to us. Interestingly, that matches particularly what the singer does by amplifying those frequencies in the vestibule of his larynx, which is also exactly the same size. So we match each other, and therefore we like the sound that we hear because it meets our ear tract. All right, let's now play this video clip of Nessun Dorma. Here is the E valve. So the E amplifies a set of frequencies just barely below the singer's formant frequency. Now you'll notice for both the E and the O, he still keeps that vestibule of the larynx clear, so we're hearing both of those, both the singer's formants on both of those vowels. But for the E, he brings his tongue forward in his mouth against his teeth, just like you would do to make an E, which creates just a little teeny space that's a little larger than the space in the vestibule of the larynx that amplifies the singer's formant frequency, but just the right size to amplify this little group of frequencies. And we hear that to be an E. Well, when he says the aw, his tongue drops back in his mouth and creates a little space back here that's a little larger than the E space, just exactly right to amplify that set of frequencies. But since the tongue has dropped back, it's too big a space to amplify anything in here. So, as I'm going to do in a moment, I'm going to go from E to aw, and you'll see that even though I'm going to sing it on the same pitch, the E vowel feels like it's higher in pitch than the aw vowel because it has a higher group in this middle, what we call speech formant range. This is the singer's formant, this is the speech formant. E-o, E-o, E-o. Again, the E feels a little higher in pitch because of the different amplification of those two frequencies. I'm going to go on to the end of this clip now. Each of them sings in turn. Actually, I think we have just one more vowel. I can't remember whether it's Domingo or Carreras. No, it's either Domingo or Pavarotti sings the next to the last note. But then when they sing the last note, you'd think it's the loudest because they're all three singing together. Well, actually, you'll see their vibratos cancel each other out. And instead of the whole spectrum of overtones in the singer's formant being traversed, which is the most exciting thing to our ear, all of a sudden, those vibratos get narrower because of their cancellation. And we're seeing actually a narrower band of sound there, which even though we think it's louder because we're seeing three people sing in front of us, is actually less exciting to our ear than the individual singing alone. Then after they finish singing at the conclusion of the aria, you'll note that the orchestra continues playing, and there are then some trombones and trumpets that come in, and they have a few sounds up here in the singer's formant area, but not much. The applause gives us a little bit of energy there, but the only time we really see the singer's formant appearing again is when the audience starts to cheer. When they start to cheer at the end, all of a sudden you'll see excitement up in the singers formant area. Because what singing is really exciting shouting. What beautiful singing, thrilling singing is wonderfully cultivated, exciting shouting. Notice the narrower bands when they're all singing together. Narrower singers formant bands. Orchestra playing, not a whole lot of energy in the singers formant area. Till the cheering starts. As soon as the cheering starts, we have singers formant